Hey guys, it's Munoz Plays. I'm here on the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. The reason I started at this homepage is because every episode and every different place you go to, a lot of the places get saved as like the home screen. I guess this is the new place, and I can see some mail with a knife in it up there, so it makes me think that this is Sherlock's place at 221B Baker Street. But I also saw another streamer do it, K-chan or K-chan. They did it, so now it's my chance to do it. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. And we're headed to 221 Baker. Oh yeah, we're here. Woohoo! Alright. So this is where the great detective makes his living. He's supposed to have a skull on top of the... Oh, there's a skull! Wow. Is it as described in the stories, Miss Suzuto? Suzuto-san? Many, many famous cases have been solved here in this very room. Yeah, like the Lady in Pink and the Hounds of Baskerville and... What else? What else was another Sherlock case? That, blind banker, the freaking, so many, man. Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. I've never read the story, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to. The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it. The romanticism. Cool. So if you don't mind, I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. That means leave me alone so I can enjoy this moment. Please don't mind me. Yeah, she's a real big fan. Excuse me? Is anyone home? Is anybody home? I don't know who this is, but... Oh, do we have a visitor? I freaking knew it. Hello, Oh gosh, it's gonna be hard. Big new case for Mr. Sholmes? Hello. Wait. Aren't you... How rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once. Yeah, it's the girl from that one case. Come on, man. You should know. Who else have we met with pink hair in this country? Miss Suzuto, did you see the girl who was just here? Oh, yes. Isn't it truly extraordinary? To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case? What? King Wilhelm Gottfried Sigismund von Ormstein, of course. Okay, who cares? Unless this is relevant to our next case. Damn. The tea's brewed, and I have a freshly baked cake as well. This music. It's you. Miss Suzuto recognized her also. Ah, there you are. And taking that with you as well? I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. Right, man? We didn't eat the whole flashback. We know who she is. I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you having to get straight to work when you've only just arrived in London. Oh, this is the first person that actually cared. Oh, yes, it was challenging. Well, try this tea. It's my special blend. Thanks. Is tea supposed to look that color? Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor. Hooray, it's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after your long voyage here. And you have another trial tomorrow? How do you know that? Yeah, how the hell do you know that? That's why Suzuto's looking like that. Oh, and you're here to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots of luck. What the fuck? Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by any chance? Oh, you know Hurley, do you? A freak? Hurley. Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see. The song slams. Was he really? I had no idea. I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand again today, even though he's just returned from overseas. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Wow. Their emotions right now. Suzuto is just like, kind of feeling like, dang, how does this girl know so much about us? Like, kind of like, maybe scared even. This girl's just confidently looking like, yeah, I know everything. Did she deduce all those things, do you think? Maybe. And perhaps more to the point, why is she here in Mr. Sholmes' suite? Oh, silly me, I haven't introduced myself. Okay, she needs the full screen to introduce herself. Yeah, I guess it's better that way. It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. Dude, that's crazy. So she is Watson. What the hell? That's crazy. That's cool. I live here together with Hurley. Ah, Iris, is it? What a lovely name. What's the matter? No, wait, this can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson? Yeah, I just had the same, like, shock. That's crazy. Man, this game really babies you with the dialogue. Like, yeah, of course that's what I'm thinking. You don't have to say what I'm thinking, kinda. Anyways. Yes, that's right. And what are your names? Oh, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan. Oh, sorry. I'm Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Suzuto Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely, lovely Susie and Runo. Got it. Susie and Runo. Susie and Runo. That's funny. Hey, Susie's not bad. That's a way easier and nicer name. Well, not nicer, but she's a nice nickname. Susie? And Runo? I don't know about Runo. That's kind of weird. What's a funny nickname? Yes, and so do I. Yeah, she read my mind. Cool. Alright, let's talk. It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey?
Yes, that's right. You're ever so helpful. Thank you so much.
No, not at all. I'm so sorry you couldn't have been more welcoming. Though at the time we did have a large gun pointed at us. I hope I read that right.
Like this?
That's crazy.
Thinking back now, you left with Miss Lestrade.
In tow, didn't you? In tow? What the hell does that mean? Yeah, Gina Lestrade, that witness?
Oh, Ginny? She's a professional pickpocket.
Is she part of like your homeless network that you and Holmes have? So we found out.
It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that.
Are you referring to that trial disrupting gun-like contraption?
Exactly, so I followed her, you see, to get it back. Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician.
Sorry, your technician?
Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley? Yes, HERLOCK Sholmes. We live here together.
I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter.
Daughter? Not likely.
What?
I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I?
Yeah, I should have. That made me look really stupid for just like assuming that. She's completely right about that.
Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Sholmes?
Yeah, that's what you're most curious about.
Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive.
So you're like his investor or like one of those kind of people?
So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate.
Your roommates?
I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you?
She's getting straight to the point with all her questions.
12 at last this year.
Or 10. Well, damn, you can't just ask people all these questions back to back like this. Well, what of your mother and father?
Oh no, they're not around.
I see. Yeah, well, it's none of your business, man. If she wants to tell you, she tells you. If not, then...
Oh yes, there's something I must ask you. Of course, go ahead, Susie.
Yeah, this is a good question.
I am a very great fan of the adventures of HERLOCK Sholmes and... Oh, you have a copy of Rand's magazine? Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship.
Interesting.
Oh, this is exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world.
That's great. Damn, yeah, she's Wilson or Watson. That's crazy, though. I was thinking she would have, like, a dad that's Watson or something. I can't believe that she's, like, the actual one. That's crazy.
That's right. Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It would be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Last night he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land.
Did he put us in his story?
So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before he came. So you're the author? Yes, I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm going to call this latest adventure the Speckled Band.
That's awesome.
The Speckled Band. Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories here and there. This time I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the troubles.
Damn, so is it fake?
Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually. Yes, and of course I know that a snake might not be an incredible fit for the facts of the case.
Or credible.
It's a story, so I can lie.
So, do you mean to say... Damn. So, are you... Are
the stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Rant's magazine all written by me? Yes. But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, that's her nom de plume or something? That's crazy. That's such a plot twist, but I don't know how major it is.
That's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. What about the doctor of medicine part? That's all true too. I am a doctor of medicine. At 10 years old? At 10 years old.
Well, that's quite incredible.
But...
Yeah. Suzuto's whole world is getting, like, flipped upside down.
Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. I did alter the setting slightly for the stories to be more compelling. Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I pretty much just said the same thing. Back to the jumpy theme.
About before. Yes? What's on your mind, Runo? Do tell me. How did you know that I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London?
You can deduce that by, like, I guess the clothes they're wearing. Number one. And then... I forgot what the other thing he said was. Yeah, I don't know how she could know about the trial. I mean, knowing that it's tomorrow, I mean.
How'd you know the trial was tomorrow? Oh, that's what you mean. Please tell us how you did it. Explain every detail. Of course, I'd be delighted. Although there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin.
Cool. That's a cool shot.
First of all, I know that you're a lawyer, Runo.
Armband.
After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey. In the defendant's antechamber.
Or antechamber.
But you also said that we'd only just arrived in London. How did you know that?
I'm gonna say the clothing. But would someone that's been in London for 10 years, like, still wear that? I'm gonna guess. Damn. Why would you have that sticking out?
I observed a passport and traveling ticket protruding from your breast pocket. So I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country.
Damn. Damn. Nice.
And on top of that,
Oh, damn. Nice deduction, Iris.
you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs. The Reaper of the Bailey? I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Oh, interesting.
Then I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand.
Oh, nice.
You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you, earlier today? They use those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I didn't realize. And a red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates.
Interesting.
So that told me that even though you only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilded.
See, I'm gonna start being like that. Every deduction I notice, I'm just gonna like declare it in the way that Iris does. That makes people hate you, though. Okay.
The two of you had
already had cause. Okay.
However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face. So I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative.
I don't know about all that. That's not a good deduction.
That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case.
Damn, she's better than Holmes, honestly. That all this deduction stuff. Yeah, how would she know that it's tomorrow?
But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. He told me that he'd caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling. Mr. Natsume. Now Runo has that fancy Japanese sword.
Damn, you can just carry it around? That's awesome.
And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both come from Japan yourselves. So I put two and two together, so I just assumed this stuff about you and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there's only one conclusion to those facts could lead me to. You both came here to ask Hurley about the case. There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley's always stabbing his notes with a knife, you know. He is silly.
He does do that.
That's all there was to it, really.
Cool.
Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct?
They were spot on.
That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction.
You even managed the certain something of Mr. Sholmes' delivery.
Oh well, I was just copying Hurley's style for that. This is really very good news. You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris, please?
So yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man, you were saying?
Yes. Hurley had just arrived back in London after a sea voyage, but the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene. Apparently, a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene,
but they didn't see the actual Mr. Natsume, of course.
Hurley used his great deductive powers to determine the man's address. It was a lodging room very nearby. Hurley says that London is rife with crime. Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person.
This fake justice, man. Their court systems need more, like, I don't know.
I suppose it's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system.
I suppose it is. That's not justice, man. That's just like convenience. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative.
You're welcome.
I'm not reading that other stuff like that. Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? As you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well.
I expect Hurley is still investigating the scene.
Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean? No, a different case. Oh, cool.
Hurley said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Iris, do you know where those lodgings are? Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime scene themselves. Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson?
Yes, we know Inspector Gregson.
Ah, goody, in that case. Give Grexy this from me, would you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know.
What is this? Damn.
A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems.
A card from Inspector Gregson with a message on the back from Iris. Oh, it's just a card. It's not an envelope.
It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know.
I trust that won't be a problem." Damn, she's legendary. Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try. Damn, that's crazy. Damn.
Good luck then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. And I'll be making more special blends of tea. So come back again soon.
Yeah, it seems Suzuto has like a friend now. They're like, Maya and I can't think of her name. Fern? It ain't Fern, is it? But Suzuto is like Maya, and Iris is like, I can't think of her name. But Maya's cousin from the first one.
You'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the scene of the crime. So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all. We headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. I couldn't see a date on it. Oh, to be continued. Save point, let's go. Yeah, let's finish this investigation because I want to do some court stuff. Or find like items at the scene of the crime that'll help me. Oh, we're at the scene of the crime. It looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation.
Perfect, so let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible.
Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at that silver tip Iris gave us for him. Presents. There's nothing new to talk about. We have to present it. Whatever he wants to know. Trust that won't be a problem. I really like that. I trust that won't be a problem.
Dun, 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 dun.
What year is that? Oh, it says 1864. 1844? Interesting. Cool. Let's present it. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure.
We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson.
What, for me? From her ladyship?
Her ladyship?
Give that here at once. Come on, hand it over. That's for me. Just gonna buy fish and chips with it. What was that coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. It's an appearance fee, that's what it is.
An appearance fee? Oh, I see. You mean...
That's right, for the adventures of HERLOCK Sholmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me. Every time.
Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly.
Of course, her using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes. But still...
I am sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you.
Never mind you that. Or never you mind that. I think they both work. So what you want to know then, eh?
Sorry.
Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away what you want to know.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
Damn. Ah, the little knife-wielding mustache Japanese fellow. He lives in a right old hovel. It's just over there, look. Really? That's super convenient. Oh, that's why you got popped off. Alright. On the first floor of that house on the corner where that wreck of a bicycle's propped up. Damn, is that bicycle evidence? Cause that's... And they... Wait, what the hell? They had bicycles back in? I thought they had like velocipedes or something. I like that street stuff over there.
That is nearby, indeed.
If I remember rightly, the landlord is a Mr. John Garrideb. Right, well, if you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it, you tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes.
Don't worry, Inspector, we will.
Goodbye for now, then, and long live her ladyship, and he's saluting. Iris must fund his fish and chips.
Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left.
Yes, so then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings?
Oh, a British bicycle, look. Although the wheel is so misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore.
Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling.
It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well.
The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that.
Goodness, do you dislike bicycles?
No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. Okay, man. Well, that was nice. Alright, what's next? What the hell? Okay, on the left I see some kind of stored something in glass. A bunch of neat and fancy dishes. A cannon with like some kind of drapery over it. Military uniform, saber, fireplace, some military award in the center of the mantle place or piece or whatever. Cool. Let's learn about this dude. Oh, the carpet's all torn up right there. That's weird.
May I help you?
Ah, yes. Would this be the residence of Mr. John Garadeb?
Indeed it would, sir. And who may I say is calling?
My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garadeb.
Did you see that, Miss Susato? That was a real-life English maid.
I know, as I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh.
Cool. Cool.
Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garadeb will see you now.
Mm-mm. Alright, I guess examine. That's a full-size cannon. What's it doing here?
That old thing. But that's little more than a toy.
Sorry?
The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Totally useful to have a cannon about the house.
Wow, he's stirring. That would be disgusting. Stirring the teacup with, like... Yeah, no. That's yucky. Really? It isn't overkill?
Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy.
Do you think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garadeb?
Like a revolution or something?
Always is. Take Joan here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them over the barrels, you see. They drive very well on the cannon there, Joan tells me, which rather proves my point, I feel.
Want me to just examine and talk about everything I see? That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it?
It's clearly been well looked after, though.
That old thing? No, not much better than rags, really. Wore that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past. Me would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, it doesn't hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying around, doesn't it?
That looks like a Medal of Honor, and it's showcased on a very grand banner.
Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say, although it bothers me that it's not straight. Interesting.
What, that old thing?
Sorry?
I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it. Keeps the bally thing out of my way.
There appears to be an inscription on the medal itself, look. For distinguished participation.
Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles.
Alright. Why is the floor all messed up and it's a candlestick?
Look at the enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely.
Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. That's interesting.
I'm going to have a very quick look, just a little peek.
Oh.
Maybe let's not.
Maybe let's not, Miss Susato. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea. Next. What is this? Is it a table? Cool, he has 2 cakes with his tea. I don't know if that's imperative to the case or relevant or whatever those words are. Hey, this dude is just side looking at us, and his head is shaped like a moon. That's all I can really say about him. Meganimous? What is that? Let me see the cakes, man. No! How do I move over? Oh. Okay, cakes. Oh, this is broken. Why are you keeping all this broken stuff here? I can't think of a reason. I guess I'll click it. And there's a candlestick missing. Oh, I see it on the ground right there. This is a sketchy ass room. Look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it? And they got a window too, and they're like showing you that it can be opened. Something sketchy's going on here. I'll tell you that. Look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it?
Oh my, a genuine London dresser. Although the shelf seems to be broken and the crockery is in pieces.
It really is. The word cracked wouldn't do that chinaware justice.
I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it.
Nah. That's not it. Alright, hopefully this is the last thing. Unless this is... okay. What's... They even zoomed over towards it. That portrait of Mr. Garadeb is glaring at me, I swear. Oh, shit. What if it was Mr. Garadeb because he doesn't particularly like foreigners or something weird like that? He's like, I fought in all these wars and stuff. I got my own cannon. And then I see this foreigner riding around town, and I just wanted to pin a crime on him because I think that I fought for my country, and I hope I didn't just solve the case right there. Alright, what am I talking about?
Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garadeb as well?
Oh, no family or nothing? Cool, and a lion. What? Okay.
Ah, yes, she seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. The chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came...
Oh, Bali. I don't know if it's Bali or Bali or what, man.
In point of fact, now I think about it, I'd rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need.
The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus to requirements, okay.
Alright, man, we did everything. I guess I should have did this first.
Good day to you, John Garrideb at your service.
Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's a defense lawyer.
Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of my wand. Don't you know? Earned a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to my up-and-comings.
So he's a retired soldier.
It's a hell of a job getting up and down stairs now, I can tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine.
Oh, so you didn't kill that person across the street? Is that what you're trying to tell us? You're trying to make it seem like you're so handicapped that you're not capable of, like... Alright.
Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it?
Oh, this is the second floor. Damn. This is gonna be a crazy case. I hope it's good. Hope it's not dragged out.
Well, Mr. Garrideb, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal.
It's the second time he's saying that. Oh.
That's it, old woman. Be careful.
She spilled tea on him. Unless that was scripted or something.
We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were.
Oh, is it?
Even had some famous detective poking around, you know. In this old house, would you believe?
Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business.
Oh, but you have a copy of Rant's magazine here, so...
Damn, good deduction. Ooh, that was the first time I saw the other side of his face.
Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak.
It's a ball of nuisance, is what it is. It's a bally nuisance is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling.
About Mr. Natsume then, Mr. Garrideb, please tell us.
Ah, yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week.
Just 1 week? So he moved in very recently then.
Aren't they in the second? This doesn't make sense to me. One on the ground floor and one just below us. Are they both on the ground floor then if you're on the second floor? I'm a little bit confused here. Okay, you have 2 lodgers. Damn, she did it again. So they're trying to illustrate that the maid, or Joan, is clumsy. And it's crazy that her name is still Maid on here instead of Joan. Unless that's supposed to be a clue to something also.
If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. Oh, why? He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had shady written all across his little sweaty ass face. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later he's gonna do something untoward. And I'm rarely wrong about anything. Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all? Yes. Yeah, there was.
What? What do you got to say? Had you noticed anything else about the lodger?
Oh my word, yes. The man was shadier than an orchard. Could you elaborate? Take the man's room, absolutely stuffed full of books. And he never so much as passed the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call.
Damn.
He just trots off to the old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house is gone to bed too.
I don't see anything wrong with any of that.
The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night. But I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Could you clarify something? What? How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine? I'd understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house, is that correct?
Damn. Even this has to be uncomfortable. And stop smacking your cheeks. That's right, yes. There. Oh wait, I keep doing the wrong voice.
That's right, yes. They're both below us. On the floor, first floor and street level.
And how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times they come back in the evening, for example. Even the times they go to bed.
Oh. Ouch. Even the music had to stop. Damn. What the hell? That makes me uncomfortable. What the hell is going on with these two? Maybe they're the fake shady ones, and then I'll meet the actual the real culprit later, but this is just to get my trail off.
It seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out of the window at around that time?
The window?
The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby?
5 o'clock is dinner time in the Garrett household, so I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan?
No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at that hour. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road.
Oh, I see.
Did you notice it? Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then?
Such as?
Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated?
Well, it's nothing particularly significant, but at around...
Dude, I am getting pissed off at that. I just don't like that. Stop doing that. How much freaking tea is in that teapot? And Mr. Narrow Hollow. It's Naruto. Okay.
I have an exceedingly good memory. Nothing significant took place here. Nothing at all.
The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like something did happen.
As I was saying, it was just a trifling...
Dude, I am so fucking tired of that.
Begging your pardon, sir, nothing happened.
What the fuck is going on? Dude, this is sketchy as hell, and the tea part is bothering me too. Okay, what'd you guys eat then? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's when all that candlestick stuff happened. Someone threw a candlestick at someone, and someone threw something that broke the dishes. Yeah, they had a little... Might even... Okay, whatever. Can you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on?
Why, certainly, just below us on the first floor.
And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there even as we speak?
Yes. Told me Nat's his name had asked him to look into the matter. So I gave him the key.
But would it be alright if we also had a look around in Mr. Natsume's room, I mean? That was nice to ask. I could have just went down there and looked.
Don't see why not. It's just down one flight of stairs. Unless you can't do that.
We need all the clues we can lay our hands on. Shall we? Obviously. Sholmes is the reason this guy's locked up, though. Will you? Kill you? Okay, let's see his book-filled room. Wow, they weren't kidding. What the hell? This is... It's a cool room. Except for all that paper and stuff and trash. No bed. That's why he doesn't go to sleep till late. Oh, he has bricks covered the... He doesn't even get to see anything. Damn, it's musty in here, he says. Is that the window over there? Well, it was the window, I think, yes. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives. By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you? No, that's true, but according to what Mr. Garrett told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere. Hidden under some books or something. Alright, what the hell's down here? It's a beckoning cat from home. It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him. I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you forgetting the enormous Dharma doll that you brought in your luggage? Well, it could be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm.
I only thought it.
Alright, man, let's look through his dirty tissues. The desk seems to be wedged into a crevasse between the mountains of books on either side. I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while stroking his cat. But surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well. It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books. Oh, damn. Oh, yes, Mr. Natsume's name is on it, and the date of the purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books. Right. Let's get a look at that then.
Those books sound so boring. Let's talk to Pupper.
What an adorable little cat. Tricolor Mike. Cool. Yeah, this bag. Oh, I guess this stuff. All their notes, they're not tissues. Cool. Look, Mr. Naruhodo. There he is. He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. Hope you won't mind if we disturb him. Oh, you two, good day. Now let me see. Where was it that we met? Really? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we were together on the SS Beria. Yes, of course, the Beria. And let me see, what happened on that voyage? It was Kazuma Azuki. He died, tragically, but you were a great help to us. Oh yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Azuki. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain, addict. You mean your mind palace? Come on, dude. You gotta be... I'm more Sherlock than you, man. Come on. Miss Naruhodo. Are you kidding me? Miss Naruhodo. Mr. Suzuto. Yeah, you totally messed that up. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes. I lose the first round. No, you lose everything. That was terrible. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London. Yeah, of course you can say that now. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes. I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little. It is a mistake to think that one's brain, addict, has elastic walls and can distend to any extent. I do my best to forget useful facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet. You mean A Study in Pink? Come on, dude. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. Don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully. Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, I should be only too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes, for the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. Natsume, yes, I believe it was a name rather along the lines. Don't say that. But Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? Damn, Suzuto. Tell him. I'm sorry, Miss Suzuto, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean. I assure you I'm not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. I assure you I have no recollection of accusing your compatriot of the crime. Why are you saying that? But that doesn't make sense. The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following requests of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene. Damn. There are a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere for the establishment in question. So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit then? That I could not tell you, but it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself quite lost in whatever. That's a hard-ass word. Bibliophily? Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no. Oh dear. Can't present any of these? What the hell? Oh, wait a second. I want to see what happens if I present this. What the hell? That was weird. Have you seen this, Mr. Sholmes? It is of the first importance when I am in the throes of deduction that nothing irrelevant distracts me. I wish I could say that. Cloudy changing to fair, perhaps. Wow, what the You're not helping at all. On the receipt for the books our stooped Japanese friend purchased. I uncovered that yesterday morning, a marvelous find, wouldn't you agree? Curiously, there is no mention of this publication on the receipt, odd when you consider how fascinating it is. You mean not everyone in London buys Rant's magazine every time they visit a shop? Yes, odd indeed. Cool, man. You wasted my time with all that. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garadeb, a retired military man. It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the Great British Institution. That is the services. Okay. And it was the first time I've ever met a maid from the Great British Institution. That is... okay. Lame ass joke. Nah, dude. I didn't think it was that funny. Yeah, I didn't think it was that funny. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer. And so conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein. Betoken their social standing, sorry. Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically in the retired Army veteran Mr. John Garridip. Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of his case, I am as yet unable to ascertain. Whoops. This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose law is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later.
Mr. Natsume has stabbed no one.
Oh, but sooner or later, as I said.
I don't believe that's the issue here.
About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes.
Why is there no longer a window?
Do you have any idea? Maybe they didn't pay to replace it or something, man. I don't know. Or maybe it's in a bad spot.
Maybe it's to hide something.
No window.
Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there is a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks.
Oh, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax.
Surely not a tax on windows.
Precisely that. Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means have inherited a sizable and costly family home, perhaps, rapidly closed windows up, while the rich open windows here, there, and everywhere, in an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money.
Forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light.
Indeed, disease was rife as a result. So some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging and discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Apparently Mr. Natsume only moved in here about 1 week ago. Yes, that's correct. Damn, that's a lot of books. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Huh? Still, that is of little relevance here. A matter not worthy of further attention. Yeah, why was his rent lower? I need to know, man. Well, I believe I've told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? I'm not sure. Not sure. On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Really? Well, then I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly, too. The thing is, it's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence? Yes, trust. Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea. I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? No, he said he was reading. Ah, yes, that was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. Right, you said that. Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear to have seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. And one more thing. I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Yeah, he is. Come on, man. I hate when they just say a bunch of stuff I already know. And I gotta read it again. Mr. Garadeb is... Anyway, at present that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case. As yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. No way, yeah, he really is here. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes. To be or not to be? Okay. No one's here now, right? Oh no, I was supposed to go to... They're still here. Fudge. Alright, should I do more? Wait, what the hell? The Garadeb's room? Why are they saying it like it's multiple of them? Is that his wife? I don't get it.
Are you Peregrine? Tell me, was the detective chap still hard at work down there?
Mr. HERLOCK Sholmes?
All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid.
Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there.
Another cup of tea, if you please, John. Now then, why don't you...
Dude, I am so tired of this. understand he's telling us to leave.
Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out.
Okay. I mean, he's physically hiding something over there with that, like, cover shade thing. What the fuck you mean some digging? You gonna try this again? We did everything we could do, man. So perhaps we should do some digging. How? Will you kill you? Alright, where the hell are we going? This has to be clear now. It has to be. What? Do, 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 do. Dude, what the fudge? Skating down this would be awesome. Alright, I doubt this is relevant to the case. The Great Exhibition. Sounds like Lies of P. Alright, so I guess I have to move. Dev told us to leave, but he said he's hiding something since no other. Dude, what the hell can we even do? Oh shit. I didn't even notice him. We meet again, my dear fellows.
When did you sneak in here?
Whatever were you doing over by the window? Why are you so concerned about the window? I'm given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. On one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great minds. Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? There is a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. There's just enough time for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Mr. Garadeb, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements.
I beg your pardon?
The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Damn, how can you tell that? There's nothing that shows any sign of a... And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Shit.
How could you possibly...
How can I possibly know? You mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, HERLOCK Sholmes is proud to present Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? What the fuck? For a man with the military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. The lion? Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrideb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the lion statue. I don't know about that. Yes, so an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts.
What is this piffle, I ask you?
In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. Oh shit, he has a mark on the side of his face. A burn. What the hell does that mean? Yet living with such a wild beast proved much more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Me? I pray do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising as a circus show. Damn. Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrideb. At Batty's Circus, a traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe.
I most certainly did not.
I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. Okay, he thinks it's a lion. I don't know. Now, Mr. Garrideb, it's plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go.
Nonsense, man. I simply...
But what we must now ask ourselves is the true cause of his pain. And we need only to follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is the pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Now in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. The aftermath of which can clearly be seen by the observing the carpet over there. No, it's definitely a burn. The color of the floor is different. Sorry. A very expensive woolen carpet. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? 'Tis time, madam. I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. There's no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. No. No. Terrible. My deductions can be startling sharp. It seems to reason that your cup runneth over. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? All your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room this size? What's this photograph?
It appears to be from Mr. Garadeb's wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he?
He does, but you can't make out his bride.
Take that!
Damn, I messed up. I knew it. So I guess it was the wife.
Take that!
Okay, got it. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Indeed, surely any woman of such a powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Damn. And it's a slap mark, it looks like. I'm thinking... I don't really want to say what I'm thinking. But if it's that, then I'm spot on. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. As we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. I already read all this stuff.
Take that!
Man, I was right. Even before all this started. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. That's why it said the Gyarados. Man, I'm a genius. Like plural. That's why he didn't fire her for spilling all the tea all the time. I knew it was gonna be all this low class maid stuff he was gonna bring up. Damn, he wants it to be a secret. I already read all this. Obviously, he's blocking the slap. Come on, man.
Take that!
That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap?
Take that!
What? I was supposed to examine it first. That was mean. Wow, I just wasted so much time with that.
Take that!
Well, I'm sure it wouldn't be just left in the book right there. Damn. You don't know her?
That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there.
It does say James. It was just in there, you say?
I bought the book at that second-hand place, and that note must already have been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark. Or...
Yeah, we know, bro. We know your name. Damn. Just threw a candlestick at his ass. It's not that, man. Come on. Man, there's a lot of dialogue for me to explain it. I like it to be quick on these parts.
Take that!
Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need to only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give away the truth. It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. I don't know about that. I like this part. Let's go. This room was the scene of a fire. Bam. Now he shows his true self.
Mr. Storms, sir, I salute you.
What the hell? What the hell? He would never leave the book. She wouldn't allow him to leave the bookmark just there, or the love note or whatever. But whatever. Well, I'm happy that's done.
It's these dash long winter days, you know.
And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material, for which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't know about admonish. Demolish might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly...
In the carpet, was that destroyed by the fire when a candle fell on the floor?
The whole place was filled with smoke. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames.
You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining.
Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The burning furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being.
Over here, Mr. Garadeb? Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you allow me. Nice.
Had all my favorite novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Then that white started hurling things at me. There I was, back up against the window under heavy enemy fire, incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is I lost my favorite, book called The Lion's Pride.
Out of interest, what time of day was that? Yeah, I knew it happened at the same time. Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garadeb's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not. I just knew you were going to say that. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Visiting hours at the prison will be soon over. If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourself to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garrett. Thank you both very much for your time.
I didn't click here.
What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garredeb's house.
I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers.
Who you calling an old man, you rum-looking niminy-biminy...
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella, huh? What are you on about? Excuse me. What the... Who are you now? I'm sorry, it just looked as though there might be some sort of problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see. A lawyer? What? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law. Fine, I'll be on my way for today, but you mark my words. This ain't over yet.
Get thee to a nunnery.
Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you? I do hope you're not injured.
O fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle, thank you.
What was that all about?
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
You actor or something? Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here in the Garredeb residence?
O fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode.
Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor?
Oh yes, a gentleman named Natsume? Oh, more worthy a pole mist in my battle of words ne'er could there be. Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night.
I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least.
So fair maiden, so good gentleman. I can't tarry here no longer. Okay, bye.
That was random meeting those two characters. I do not like this dude. Dude, you're moving around way too much.
Oh, it's you. You're here. You came. Mr. Naruto. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched.
We're so sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Natsume.
If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company.
Let's not get carried away.
Who the hell is this? I'm thinking it's Gregson. Oh, I quite agree. There's nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand... Oh, it's you! It's through friendship transcending internationally borders that one truly appreciates the facts. Such is my belief, at least.
It's you! The miserable rotten spy! HERLOCK Sholmes!
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here?
I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing, of course. While having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided that I should drop in on my way home to see how our defested friend is faring.
Gloomful room?
At least your accommodation here offers a window. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight and cost me not a penny.
I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should have never come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life is bedamned.
You mentioned that once before, didn't you? That his lodgings were cursed.
There's much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say, for the man's lodgings, and indeed, for tomorrow's trial. What, man?
Mr. Natsume, what did you mean about the trial tomorrow being cursed?
Oh, no. Why are you looking at me so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything at all by it.
Are you referring to the prosecutor? No defendant has ever survived in a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever.
Damn. I forgot about that. I'm impressed, Miss Susato. You have an eye for detail.
Surely Lord Von Zieks didn't kill the man himself.
Oh no, he couldn't have, surely. You have some wonderful notions. Then why is this scary music playing? The man isn't a mass murderer, he's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow. You could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. Oh shit. Oh shit. Von Zeeks is quite an exceptional man. As you're no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial there's both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of law, whilst the jury offers public opinion. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several viewpoints. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage by any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling impostors as witnesses, and so on. Wow. By such underhand means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury, which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. And sadly, it is from time to time cool. It is simply the reality of the situation. However, those indicted by Lord Van Zeeks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Though the agitation may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. By all manner of misfortune. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage, perhaps they fall into Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by highwaymen. All examples of the reality of the events here in London.
Okay.
When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Garrett's house, I assume? Do you mean to say you believe the place is cursed?
It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain, but I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. They were always staring at me. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road.
Why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient.
The rent is cheap, I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. Of course I asked, why is it so affordable? The landlord just simpered and said, the room is cursed. Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him, if you have something to say, then say it. But it was true. It was all true.
You mean...
Ever since I moved into that windowless hell hole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm... If only there was someone, just one person, on my side.
What about your roommate, dude? Or person in your building? Mr. Sholmes? It's about the case on the SS Buria. At that time, I was the suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. What I want to know is why. Why did you believe me? Because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room? Well, yeah. I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. Surely you must have had your doubts. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in. I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I am concerned. I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse in my opinion. Whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. Well, my dear fellows, it is time we were leaving, I believe. Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There's a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me?
That's so messed up to say in front of him.
Oh dear, there's never enough time, is there?
Mr. Natsume, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday, and although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. What to believe in, the defendant, justice, or the truth? How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else, to trust my instincts. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime, and it's imperative that we prove that in court. I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end with every weapon available to me, so I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow.
As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue.
Of course, Mr. Natsume. It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was in many ways made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Please don't show me that again. I am so tired of seeing that. Miss Susato,
Yes?
would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court?
Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant.
Let's go. The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind, but it's time to stop looking backwards. Cosmo believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me now, too. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. Soseki-san has no one. He's all alone, so it's my job to help him, to fight his corner, tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. Alright, guys, well, that's pretty much going to do it for me. I just want to check something real quick, because I think... Yeah, this is definitely my longest Ace Attorney stream. So reading all that for 2.5 hours, that's crazy. But thanks for watching. Thanks for viewing. Like or subscribe if you want to do that. Have a good night.